it's Amy with A2Z Stamping, and today I wanted to do a card for you using the Very Vintage stamp set. I've always loved this stamp set. I love the look of this flower right here, and I have done some cards with this before, but I came up with something a little bit different, and I thought I would show you guys. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to, let's go ahead and do our, we're going to do our stamping first. We can do our stamping first. All right, so I have a piece here of Whisper White cardstock, and let me think for just a second. I might need another piece. Let me go ahead and grab another scrap piece here of Whisper White cardstock. All right, and I'm going to be stamping the bee, this cute little bee, and I'm going to be stamping these flowers and the sentiment, one of the best things in life is you. And I'm doing everything in Cajun Craze. I love Cajun Craze. It's one of my favorite colors, so I like to use that one. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and ink up the flowers, and this block isn't even a big enough block, but that's okay because I really only need the top part. I don't even care if the bottom really gets stamped up all the way. So I'm just going to stamp this right, I'm going to turn this way, right here. All right, actually, you know what, I didn't ink that up enough, so I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to ink that up a lot better. And let me try that one more time. Aren't we glad that every piece of paper has two sides? And that is much better. Okay, so I have that stamped right there. And let me go ahead and clean this one off with my chamois here. So clean this off. My chamois isn't very purple anymore. If you've watched my other videos, you heard my story of how I ran it through the wash, which is perfectly fine to do, but it took away the purple. All right, then I'm going to stamp the cute little bee. And I'm going to stamp that right here. Okay. And again, grab my chamois, clean that off. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment, and I'll do that in just a second because I want that to go on a certain place on the card. So I'm going to go actually close this up, and we'll get back to that. Okay, now I want to grab out my Big Shot because we want to cut some things out. So first thing I want to do is I want to grab the Stitched Shapes Framelits dies. These are the ones, it comes in circles, squares, and ovals. They look like this. And I'm using 3 of the circles. Actually, I'm only using 2 of the circles, so I don't know why. I just pulled all those out. Okay. Put this one back. There we go. I'm going to be using these 2. So I'm going to cut the largest one out, just in all white. So I'm going to do that right there. And I'm going to cut this one out with the bee. So I'm going to, will that fit? Is that still going to fit? I think it'll work. We'll make it work, right? All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set that aside, is grab out my Big Shot. Okay, so I have the magnetic platform and a standard cutting plate. And I'm going to stick this on here, and let's go ahead and get this circle on right to the very edge. Okay, and this guy, because I want the bee right in the middle. That should work, hopefully. And you know what, if it doesn't work, I'll just cut it out again. But hopefully it fits on there. And I'm going to run this through. Let's see if that big circle came out. So this one we know came out fine. Cute. Moment of truth. Let's pop this guy out. It's a little bit tight, so sometimes you got to pop it out. And perfect. Looks perfect. All right. That's all we need the Big Shot for. And with this guy that we stamped, let me stick these back in here just so I don't lose them. With this guy that we stamped, we're going to actually cut this one out with the 2-inch circle punch. So I'm just going to feed this in here. And I'll go about right like so. There we go. Okay. And then I want to punch this piece of Cajun Craze cardstock out with the 1 and which one is this? 1.5-inch circle punch. All right. And now we can put our card together. All right, so I have a piece of Cajun Craze cardstock here. And this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and this is 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to go ahead and stick my adhesive on here. And this is going to go right on top of this. Okay, and you could do this card in any color. You don't have to use Cajun Craze. In fact, this idea could work for a lot of different colors. Okay, so this large circle that we did, the large stitch circle, I first want to poke into it. I'm going to grab the metallic brads. These are the ones that are in the copper color. And I want to stick 2 brads on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my little pierce mat here. And I want to stick one about right here. And I want to stick one about right here. Okay, so we do just have to kind of guess. And I'm going to stick a small, I want a smaller one. I want to stick a small one right here on the right. I liked, though, how this copper kind of matched the Cajun Craze, kind of went with that. And then let's do a big one here on the left. All right, you see how simple that is, though, with the paper piercing tool and the mat. All right, so I've got that. Okay, close this up. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I'm actually going to stick this down. So I'm going to put adhesive on the back. I want to get a lot of adhesive since I have these brads here. And this guy is going to go right like so. Stick that down. All right, next I grabbed the copper trim. I think that's what it's called, yep. And I just want a piece about the length of my card. And I'm going to grab my silicone mat. And because I want to stick adhesive on the back of it, like so. And this is just going to go right across here. Let's go right across like this. Okay, perfect. Next, I'm going to take these pretty flowers and we're going to stick this right here. And I'm going to stick this cute little Cajun Craze dot right. Actually, before I stick this down, I want to make sure that my sentiment's going to fit. So it's going to go right there. So this one can go right here. There we go. I'll line that back up in a second. And then before I stick the other one on, let's go ahead and stamp that on there. So I'll open my ink again. Okay, and I think this is on here nice and straight. I'm just gonna have to kind of eyeball it. And we're gonna go right like so. It looks perfect. Clean this one off. All right, and then with our cute little bee, I'm gonna grab some dimensionals. And we are gonna put dimensionals on the back. 1, 2, and 3. And this guy's gonna go right there. And that is my base, or my top of my card. So for my card base, I have a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5. Fold it in half. Grab my bone folder, go one way, give it a nice crisp fold. And now I can stick my adhesive on. This is going to go right here. And that is my card. Isn't that so pretty? And it's so simple and fun. And here's one I designed earlier. It's basically the same. Looks like my Cajun Craze is a little darker. I probably need to put some Rinker in that. But I love how this card turned out. Isn't that so fun? And again, you could do this in any colors you wanted. I love it. So I hope you enjoyed this video and that you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel. And check out my blog, a2zstamping.com. Thanks, guys. Bye.